Welcome back to Tales from the Fog. Tonight we set sail into the frozen wilds of the Arctic to chase a ship that defied time, ice, and logic. This is the chilling story of the SS Baychimo, a vessel that disappeared and then kept coming back. Our story begins in 1921 in Sweden, where the Baychimo was built. She was a steam-powered cargo ship, nothing especially haunted about her. But her job would take her into one of the most unpredictable places on Earth, the Arctic waters of Canada and Alaska, delivering goods and furs for the Hudson's Bay Company. And for years, she did just that. Until 1931. That's when the ship met the ice and vanished into legend. It was October, and the Baychimo was near the town of Barrow, Alaska. She was loaded with furs, ready to return south, but the weather turned quickly. The Arctic had closed in early. The ship became trapped in pack ice, immobilized. The crew knew what that meant. They couldn't outrun the winter. So they did what many Arctic crews were forced to do in those days. They abandoned ship, temporarily, setting up camp on the ice nearby. But then, on November 24th, 1931, a brutal blizzard struck. Visibility was zero. Winds howled for hours, and when it cleared, the Baychimo was gone. No wreckage, no trace, just empty, ice-choked sea. The crew assumed the ship had broken apart and sunk beneath the ice. But 13 days later, she came back. 13 days after the storm, a group of Inuit hunters spotted something strange drifting along the Alaskan coast. A black silhouette. No movement, no crew. It was the Baychimo, intact, silent, drifting like a shadow on the ice. When the Hudson's Bay crew reached it, they were stunned. The ship had survived the storm, no visible damage. But by then, winter was closing in too fast. It was too dangerous to sail her out. So they did the unthinkable. They left her behind. They salvaged the cargo and abandoned the Baychimo to the Arctic. That should have been the end of it. But over the next 40 years, the Baychimo refused to disappear. She was seen again. And again, and again, always drifting, always empty, a ghost ship on frozen waters. In 1933, a group of Inuit travelers saw her again. She was stuck in the ice, unmoving. They boarded her and found her largely intact. In 1939, a group of trappers spotted her floating near the shore. When they tried to board, a storm pushed them away. In 1941, the U.S. Coast Guard reported seeing her again. Then again in 1955, and 1962. And as late as 1969, a group of Inuit hunters saw her trapped once more in the ice. She had survived nearly 4 decades, without a crew, without power, without purpose. The Arctic had claimed her, but never quite swallowed her whole. No one ever succeeded in salvaging her. Every time someone tried, the ice shifted, the weather turned, the ship vanished again, like she didn't want to be saved. She became more than a ship. She became a myth. Over the decades, the Baychimo became more than a ship. She became a phantom, a floating omen, haunting the Arctic like something alive. Locals began calling her the ghost ship of the Arctic. Sailors told stories of her appearing and disappearing in the fog. Some swore they saw lights aboard. Others claimed she changed position overnight, even when frozen in place. It was as if she had a mind of her own, and the question hung heavy in the air. Why wouldn't she sink? Most ships trapped in Arctic ice are crushed, cracked, and pulled beneath. But the Baychimo, somehow, always escaped. No crew, no engine, just her steel hull creaking in the wind, riding the shifting ice like it was a ghost's carousel. People began to whisper. Was she cursed? Blessed? Or something in between? The truth is stranger still. The last confirmed sighting of the Baychimo came in 1969, off the coast of Alaska, 38 years after she was abandoned. A group of Inuit hunters reported seeing her again, stuck in the ice. They recognized the lines of her steel hull, the worn letters on her side. And then, she vanished. No one has seen her since. In 2006, the Alaskan government launched an official search, hoping to solve the mystery once and for all. They found nothing. No wreckage, no remains, not even a trace. It's as if the Arctic finally took her in. Or maybe she's still out there, drifting in a fog bank, beyond the reach of radar, waiting for someone to notice her again. In a world of satellite tracking and sonar scans, how does a 1,300-ton steamship just vanish? No distress signal, no wreck, no explanation. Maybe the SS Baychimo was just lucky, designed to survive. Maybe the ice kept her alive by sheer chance. Or maybe some ships carry more than cargo. Maybe they carry the will of those who sailed them, the longings, the regrets, the unfinished business of men lost to time. Because the Baychimo wasn't a warship, she wasn't carrying treasure, she was ordinary. And yet, she refused to die. And that might be the scariest part. Not that the sea can take what it wants, but that sometimes it chooses to give something back. So the next time you read about a vessel adrift in the fog, with no crew, no records, and no reason to be there, ask yourself, what if it never left? Thanks for watching Tales from the Fog. If this mystery sent chills down your spine, subscribe for more ghost stories, lost legends, and strange truths from the edges of the map. Until next time, stay curious and steer clear of the ice.